We don't have an intro to this podcast. Maybe we'll have one later. And we're back. Hello. This is the Film Crew Podcast. My name is Quan.
And mine isn't, but I am Gasper.
Yes. If you didn't know, we both have different names. So, what are we talking about today? Well, we are talking about Fingersmith. Is not what we're talking
Yeah,
about.
unfortunately, I haven't seen it. I
It's
still
okay.
haven't seen it.
That's okay. We're not going to talk about Fingersmiths today, but we are going to talk about something we've both watched, the Harry Potter series. Yeah.
Yeah, one of the best book to film adaptation there is.
Fingersmith is pretty close. I'm not going to lie to you. But I do agree. I think Harry Potter was one of the franchises that I grew up with.
Oh
Since
yeah,
yeah, I got all the
I
books
think
and watched all the
I think
movies.
I got into the books. I mean, the movies were already out
Yeah,
at that point. I want to say, what was it, 1999? I think the first one,
was it? It wasn't like 2001 or
or
was
was
it
it
really?
2001?
It's probably
It
like
might have been 2001. That sounds right. And then like every year or every other year, they would come out with the next installment of the
yeah.
franchise. So yeah, pretty much at that point, I mean, they were what on book four, I think, when they started making the movies. I forgot,
Was it?
but
It might
my
have been later done. I don't remember.
I don't know, but at that point, like my parents were challenging me
Yeah.
on reading the most current book before the new film,
Right. Right.
and I want to say they released the Deathly Hollows right before part one and two were released in for the movies.
Oh, it was definitely before. Oh, I was
It,
in the Boy Scouts when
it
Deathly
was like
Hollows came out.
just maybe a really.
Yeah.
I thought it might have been like a year or two before. I don't know. I think I I think I got all my my times wrong.
It's like 2007, 2008 when the book came out, I think. I don't remember the dates, but it was a long time ago, and I I'm a fan, I guess. Not a super fan, but I am a fan. I did
Uh,
like the books and movies.
what is the what are they called? What are like big time fans called? Like Potterheads, I think they're called.
Yeah.
I wouldn't call myself a Potterhead, but I really enjoy the movies. I enjoyed the books. 2007 was
Okay.
the release of the last. Well, the last of those books, but then they recently released the Cursed Child or
Oh yeah, they came out with that like 2013. Was it 2014?
yeah, and they made a play out of it or something like that.
Yeah. And
That's interesting.
I think the book was in play format, so they had the
Oh,
scenes and things like that, the scene transitions and the actions and who says the dialogue and things. So very interesting. I didn't read it because I felt like the seventh book ended pretty well, and there's no need to know
yeah, a hundred
further.
percent. Do you know the story of the newest book?
It follows Albus Severus, the second son of Harry, and
Okay,
it's
which
like
is introduced in Deathly Hollows, right? Like at
yeah,
the end.
yeah,
Okay.
and I think it was one of those things where I it was one of those things where I don't think it wasn't that great from what I heard. Um, a bunch of people like I don't know, dude, because they were saying like, because it follows Albus Severus, and he through his schooling, and he's like overshadowed by Harry because Harry's like this hot shit guy,
Okay, I got you.
and he wants to like make something of himself, but he can't. I think he was like the only like Potter that became a Slytherin, and I think that was like a big thing. Um,
Oh, okay.
so it's like a whole like dynamic of Harry trying to relate to his son, but his son just not really giving a shit. And I think they flew
Right.
through all like the fourth or fifth year, all the way up to the fourth or fifth year, um, and just didn't really talk about his actual schooling. And it was like
Okay.
this like I don't know extensively, but I do know they were talking about how Voldemort had a daughter or some shit like that, and she I guess tried to seduce Albus Severus and his friend Scorpio, who I think was Draco Malfoy's son, into doing
Oh.
this whole time turner shit to go back in time to resurrect Voldemort. And
Well,
yeah,
so at this point, I should get the book because it sounds really cool. Um, the time traveling thing. Has there been anything about time travel though in the Harry Potter universe
they were talking
before
about.
that?
I think J.K. Rowling talked about how she tried to not have the time turners be like a whole like because if they use the
Mm,
time turners, they could just go all the way back in time to kill Tom Riddle, right? Um,
right.
so she was saying like how they were studying time travel, and it was gonna be like 3 hours is like the max you can go back in time for, and then wizards and witches that did go farther back, like they got fucked up,
Mm.
which is completely
Which kind of.
contradictory
Uh
to the book because they went
huh.
far back in time.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Well, I'll give it a chance. I mean, I have all 7 books. Um, I'm willing to read one more, see how it goes.
do you
But
have
yeah,
all 8 movies?
yeah, all 8 movies. That's another one. It's another one. I mean, is it necessary to make 2 parts for the 7th movie,
That's pretty.
especially with it not even being the longest book, right? Isn't Order of the Phoenix the longest, or Goblet of Fire might be the longest book?
I
It's one or the other. I don't think Deathly Hollows is longer than one of those.
I'm gonna say this. I think there's just more jam packed into the seventh book.
Mm.
I feel like it doesn't make sense
It's
if
a good
they.
ending though.
It was
But,
a.
I mean, movie wise, like the ending for the movies, I don't remember how the book ends, but the way the movie ends was pretty cool. I like the whole, hunting down the different parts of life of Voldemort,
Yeah.
and then you know killing him at the end,
Yeah.
and that was pretty cool. I like that little journey. I feel like that could have been a whole series in itself.
You're right.
Hunting down those things. But I don't know. I really like the movies. I really like it. It really like take away like all the CGI special
Yeah.
effects and everything. Um, the movie still, I think, like transports you to their type of
Right.
world, and it almost makes it real.
Yeah. Yeah. Now.
I mean, yeah, and there's like some movies that are like based off of true stories and stuff, but this is like a fictional universe, but yet it still feels somewhat real. It's
Now.
pretty cool.
I think we talked about Harry Potter before when we talked about book to movie adaptations,
Mm-hmm.
and I did say it's the director's choice, director and writer's choice. I believe they had multiple directors filming Harry Potter. I know the first two
Yeah,
was definitely a different director till like the third and fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh and eighth.
yeah.
Um,
The seven and eights are probably the same director, maybe.
it's probably the same director. I don't know where the cutoff was, but I definitely knew there was a cutoff between the second and third. And you could see because the first and second movies were very like family friendly, like
Mm-hmm.
very
But
colorful,
at the same, yeah,
very
I
bright.
agree with that. Yeah, because even up to like the third, maybe like the first half of the third, it's
Yeah,
pretty family friendly, and then it starts becoming a little dark.
very dark.
But even the fourth one, it starts off pretty family friendly, like with all the
Yeah,
going to the Quidditch game
yeah.
and
With
stuff like
the
that.
with the Death Eaters killing people, right? With fire and the firebolts
That's
going to
true.
the.
Yeah. Yeah, because I want to say almost every Harry Potter movie starts off like in somewhat a good way. But yeah, I could see why you're saying like the first and second one is a little more like lighthearted.
Yeah, even the
But
colors like really
I
bright,
just
very cheerful. The
yeah,
soundtrack
you
was very
can tell,
cheerful.
yeah, especially like with for example, like what is it? The Half Blood Prince, I think, is
Yeah,
one of the darkest moments in the
yeah,
whole film franchise. And yeah, I can see like there's like a lot of like blues, a lot of dark colors, while
yeah,
like the family friendly like first movie, especially the first movie. I think
yeah,
the first movie is like the most like family friendly movie. Like you're gonna go ahead and let your I don't know 8-year-old child or younger watch it by themselves,
yeah,
and like they grow up with the films just like the books.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, you could tell the difference between, especially with those two movies. I think those two movies are like the complete opposite.
I think it was intentional, right? J.K. Rowling wrote the books so that it the uh the audience can grow up with Harry. I think that's what
Yeah,
she said,
yeah,
and
yeah,
that's probably why
for
they did
sure.
it for the movies as well, so that the people watching the movies will also grow up. Um, yeah, yeah.
Do you have a favorite movie or favorite moment, favorite scene?
I I I have a favorite moment, but not because I liked it, because I like to shit on it. My
Which
favorite,
is
I don't remember if it's part one, I think, and it was when Ron tells Harry that he has no family. Right? Because there
oh
are,
yeah, yeah, yeah. You're saying part one of the Deathly
yeah.
Hollows. Yeah, I think you talked about it last time during the our other episode. Yeah,
It's so funny to
yeah,
shit on it because that's so not Ron. Even if you
yeah,
like like oh yeah the Horcrux and shit, it's like yeah irrelevant. No matter.
yeah. But I mean, that thing. I mean, do you think it changed his? Do you think it manipulated his emotions though, or do you think it brought out some of the truth that he's been wanting to say?
I don't think Ron saw him as saw Harry as he has no family. I think the book portrays Ron better of him saying,
That's what you were saying,
"Yeah,
yeah.
my parents were dead, and my parents are gonna be close to the same." It represents how Ron is. He wants to be with his family because he's scared, because he's a blood trader, and there are blood traders going to the school and working in the ministry. Whereas the movie's portrayal says he has no family, which is fucked up because Harry saw Ron as his family. Harry and
Yeah.
Ron and Hermione, and damn, that's fucked up. That is just fucked up.
Say that you have like a favorite scene per movie as well, like a scene, yeah, a scene from every movie that kind of like stands out.
I do. They were talking about it in behind the scenes. I don't know if it's my favorite, but the fourth movie of the Yule Ball, I think they were saying how it was like the most, like, the biggest, like, set wise
Mm.
thing they've done, or most ambitious, because they had like all the crystals and the ice walls and all
Right.
this cool shit, and then they had to teach the actors how to dance, and it was like really like,
That's crazy.
yeah, pretty ambitious.
How about a favorite character throughout the whole series, or maybe just a one-time character?
Uh, Edward Cullen.
Mm. What a crazy character in the movie. Does he only appear in the fourth book? Wait, that's not his name, is it?
It's not.
I know who you're talking about, which is
Yeah.
the funny thing. Are you saying that's your favorite character, or was that a joke? Because
It was
I
kind of
fell
a
for
joke.
that one.
It was kind of a joke, but yeah, I would say,
What is his name? Cedric
yeah,
Diggory?
yeah. Um,
Oh, you got me on that one. That was a good one.
I don't know who my favorite character is. Honestly, I couldn't tell you.
I just saw kind of like a poll asking like who would be the best Defense of the Dark Arts teacher, and that's a very good question because I mean you got I always forget her name, but the only female teacher that they're given through all 7 years.
Sprout.
No, for Defense of the Dark Arts, because you know how the whole um there's like the whole thing in that position is cursed.
Yeah.
Is it Dolores?
Oh, Dolores
Dolores
Umbridge.
Umbridge?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like she might be like the only one that I don't see anyone, or yeah, anyone saying that she has good qualities as a teacher. But I honestly think Professor Lupin would have been the probably the best if he didn't have
Yeah. The werewolf.
the werewolf curse.
I think he would have stayed. Um, I don't know. Snape was kind of good because he knew about dark magic or the dark arts.
Yeah.
All I know is Umbridge. She's also in Fingersmith. It's weird. Maybe that's why. Maybe she got kicked out of the ministry and decided to work as.
Well, and I
As
mean, in the movies, didn't she get like killed by the centaurs?
oh, she
Like,
comes
wasn't?
back in the part
Oh,
one.
she does come back, right?
Yeah.
That's right. I forgot about that. Huh.
Yeah.
Wonder how that would have happened.
Now would you?
Because you could
Well,
tell that those centaurs were barbaric. I
well, I think the
don't see how
centaurs.
she could have escaped.
I think the centaurs were just fucking with her. I don't know.
Mm.
Would you say Lupin would be your favorite character then? I mean, he's like
Mm,
he is like one of the most like what he's like he has the most well liked personality.
yeah, he's pretty cool. I mean, I would consider him probably the best teacher to
Right.
do, teach the dark arts. But my favorite character, I mean, that's the thing. That's another thing I wanted to bring up. How the first book just introduces to you so many characters, and then there's 6 books after, and it's just more and more characters
Right.
getting involved. It's pretty wild.
Right.
Um, yeah, I don't know. I I think just because of Gary Oldman,
Oh.
I would say Sirius Black.
Okay.
Just because I mean, in every scene that Sirius, I'm sorry, every scene that Sirius Black is in, I think Gary Oldman just steals the scene. Like he just makes it better as well.
Right.
So I would say my favorite character in the movies is Sirius Black.
Uh, which sucks because you don't see enough of Sirius Black when you think about it, because he's only in part of 3 and 5. And if you want to even bring up the fourth movie, just a fire pit.
Yeah, yeah. I I feel like, why do you think, with Harry Potter being so successful in both, the novels and both in film, why haven't they done any spin-offs other than Fantastic Beasts? It, like, why haven't we gotten? Because I'm sure there's thousands and thousands of people that want to know what happened during the years of James and Lillian Potter.
Oh, so like a spin off of the Harry's parents. Oh,
Yeah, like I'm sure there's a bunch of people that would want that.
I think they'd probably have to write some story besides, because I feel like they J.K. Rowling at least like fucking showed the personalities of James and Lily just based on like what Severus Snape told Harry and what Harry's seen and how
Yeah.
people talk about them. Um, I don't know. Maybe if somebody writes, if J.K. Rowling writes a book about them, or if somebody asks for her permission, eventually maybe they'll fucking come up with something more. But I don't
I
know.
mean, I'm just thinking compared to like Marvel probably being the biggest one that's doing so many movies. Um, like how, I don't know. I'm just saying like, how can you take such a rich story and not do anything with it when there's so many questions probably unanswered still?
I don't.
But with Fantastic Beasts, have you seen those? Have you seen both of those films?
I did, yeah.
Did you enjoy them?
Not particularly, no.
Do you believe they were necessary to tell a
Definitely,
new, fresh story?
definitely not. I don't think we needed this Fantastic Beast. Um,
Do you enjoy the subplot between Dumbledore and Voldemort? No, not Voldemort.
Grindelwald.
Yeah, yeah.
I did when I read the books. I was really interested. But here's maybe I it's just maybe Fantastic Beast just wasn't for me. I can
Right.
safely say I don't fucking remember shit about Fantastic Beasts. I I I I remember something about it was like some fucking kid getting really not 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 Newt, but the kid that
Oh, okay. I was like, you mean Newt Scamander?
yeah, the Newt Scamander was fine. Um,
You're talking about Ezra Miller's character?
yeah,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
exploding
Okay.
kid about
What
I don't remember, oh fuck me, I don't remember what happened. I
I like how you describe him as the exploding kid.
but he exploded. I just remember them saying like what was it? Oh, the plot twist was he's Aberforth Dumbledore or some shit like that, or they made a plot twist that I was like, what the fuck is this about what who he was?
Yeah, that I remember. What was it? I think it's the second film that says that, like, oh, you're a Dumbledore,
Yeah, and I was
and I
like,
was like, and
I was like, uh, just one problem in the book. Dumbledore knew other Dumbledore,
yeah,
right? Albus knew Aberforth. I think he would have recognized if he blew up.
this is a thing too. I actually enjoyed those movies probably a little bit more than majority of the Harry Potter films.
Damn.
I think it's pretty cool. I think um the reason why is like the whole background of being 4 years in the zoo magnet, and being at the LA Zoo a lot
Yeah.
of the time. I was just like, damn, this is kind of like somewhat relatable because this was
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
a lot of people's dreams that like you and I knew of.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's just a magical twist to it.
You're
That
right.
I don't know. I think the creatures in those movies are really cool. I think that's what makes the movies a lot better too.
Oh, because the creatures were cool. Uh, the other plot twist that I just remembered was Nagini,
Yes,
and
I didn't understand that either.
I couldn't I c-
I
the
got
the two plot twists of Dumbledore being the exploding kid and Nagini being the snake. I was like, I what? Why
yeah, I
would
got to
what?
rewatch those films and figure out why we never see Nagini in the Harry Potter films turn into a person.
Yeah.
Um, I
Unless
don't know.
Nagini dies and Voldemort just names his snake Nagini.
That's too big of a coincidence. It has to be something about her getting. I don't know. There's supposed to be a third film,
Yeah, well,
uh, uh, and it should complete the trilogy. So maybe we'll get our answer then. I want to say people know. I don't know. I don't know how all these freaking Potterheads know like all these answers to like the questions we're having right now.
Oh, dude. I wonder if we're gonna get. I just want to reiterate that I do like Harry Potter because I feel like I'm gonna get shit on by the Potterheads. How like I didn't hate Fantastic Beasts. I just didn't like it, or it wasn't for me, and that is my opinion. So don't shit on me, or do shit on me. I don't really care. You don't have to shit on me. You can if you want to.
With that being said, getting close to the cutoff time for me. So
All right. Well,
I think we're gonna have to end it for
Harry
this
Potter
episode.
was fine,
Uh
or the
yeah, it's
Fantastic
really
Beasts was
good.
fine. Harry
This is
Potter
the
recommended.
thing. This is what I want to say about Harry Potter. Good films. So far, a good spin-off. I'm waiting for more. And I feel like we should do another episode later on and talk about it more because there's still a
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
we barely
Right.
started.
Yeah.
I think, but the reason why I gotta go is because I gotta go get Korean barbecue.
Oh, you sick invite. Sick invite.
It was a last minute thing, and that's why I gotta go.
Well, hey,
But yeah,
let me tell you this one thing. If you've listened this far, I'm thinking about doing a series where I analyze movie characters because Gaspar did send me a meme and that really got me interested in a character in Harry Potter.
that'll be cool.
That stay tuned for that. But in any case, we gotta wrap this up. This is the Film Crew podcast. My name is Quan.
And I'm Gasper.
And you can, if you're listening to this on Spotify, I got a channel called Dury Quan. Gaspar has a channel, Gaspar _the_ creatures. We have an Instagram, Film Crew 7. We have a Twitter at Crew Film, but we never post on there. But if you want to check it out, you'll see a dead page. You can listen to us in almost any podcast thingamabob that you have. Please like and subscribe. If you didn't like it, tell us why. Criticize us because we love that. More content coming out soon. We have some ideas. We just have to apply it.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
And we'll see you all.
But all right then.
We'll see you
Next
all
week.
next week.
All right.
We also don't have an outro either. We'll probably have one soon.